Did you kind of know all along when you arrived at Stanford, like, yeah, this guy's going to be in the NBA?
Yes, yes. I really felt it was excitement that I was like, this guy should make it. And the first thing you have to have usually is positional size. And he's oversized. He's really an oversized foreman.
Mm.
And so you got that. He's very skilled, and then he's high character, really intelligent, and just still, he hasn't played that much basketball comparatively. Some of those guys. I mean, he played in France. He didn't even play in INSEP, but he's had some national team experiences. He's really the same age as Victor Wembanyama. So I think there's really bright future here.
And the whole thing about, drafting a player is, you get them in your system, you want them to grow, and people talk a lot about ceilings and floors. So, I mean, look, it's all going to be on him and the Kings and how they groom him. But what do you envision, a potential ceiling could be for Maxime?
Well, I think they'll realize that, I think he's a potential starter. I mean, not necessarily for sure, but I think he just can be it because I do think his size, he can defend, and he's super skilled. I do think somewhere that's a possible. I think he'd be a great, if he makes it to what he can do, I think he'd be a great fourth or fifth option floor spacer out there all the time. And that'll be, the strength and conditioning and investment there and defensively and that. And like I said, he's got some Lithuanians there that can bring him along. They're that kind of grit that they have.
Yeah.
So I like I said, I think he, now I do think he can get on the floor and be a stretch five as a rookie. Sometimes I think he could be able to get out there because I know as a coach, I'm sure Coach Christie feels the same way. When you get all that shooting out there, you don't have to call plays anymore.
Yeah. And you think
everything becomes a little easier.
Yeah. And you think Coach, you mentioned him earlier, but you think he could spend minutes and reps and rotation time with Sabonis on the floor together?
Absolutely. But he'd probably stick Maxime in the corner and let Sabonis wheel and deal.
Yeah.
He's the same thing, floor spacer, a little more size, help on the rebounding front. If the NBA teams, I think they're starting to get back to play two bigs and put those and run some high-low stuff and horns action with those two would be awesome.